What's going on, you guys? FSC Truck Shop. Man, it's been a while since we addressed anything in this shop regarding this 12V71 Detroit that's halfway torn down. Whether we've discussed anything regarding Orwell, which there is a handful of maintenance I've yet to do with that still. Even just some general housekeeping around here in the shop. I hope you guys notice it's a lot brighter in here. Yes, we are moving, but the process of the new shop is becoming very slow. So with that, we kind of had to do some better housekeeping, make it a little nicer in here. My landlord lent me this lift over here, so we went up like, what is this, like 20, 30 feet in the air. Changed out literally every single light bulb in this place. I changed the spectrum of light, and I changed a lot of them. We have had about probably half of them that were burnt out. So every single light in this building was changed, and basically try to straighten things up a little bit. Also, this is not my boat. This is what happens when you take private work from other people and they run out of money. I guess I'm free winter heated storage. No, I'm not, but there it sits. Oh, also a broken axle. I don't know if we're going to film this or not on the FSC Speed Shop channel or not, but I think what, a 77 C-Ray 270? Yeah. Anyway, I digress. 12V71 Detroit, here we go. We're going to start pulling it apart the rest of the way. If you've seen other videos, you've seen there's a question of whether there's a crack in the block, whether it needs to be addressed or not. It's not where there's a water jacket or anything really important other than structure, which means it could be repaired. I think maybe it was repaired. I did kind of stick my face up under and look at it. I didn't see anything, but either way, we got to still tear it down. So another thing I want to address, I get a lot of comments, okay? I am not an expert on 12V71 Detroits or Detroit diesel in general. To be honest, I'm not an expert in exactly very much. However, if you want the detailed teardown of this engine, this is where to come to right here, FSC Truck Shop. We're learning together, boys and girls. And if we screw it up, well, then you get to learn what not to do. Listen, I know it's been a while since we worked on this engine, but we got to get it done. So the basic plan right now is I want to start working on this front cover. And a lot of people commented on the way I had it on jack stands. Well, now I have to have it off jack stands. So I made these mounts that'll hold it up off the ground high enough for me to lower the crankshaft out of it. And I can't take this off if this is holding up the engine, and the crank obviously won't come out with this on. Same thing with the bell housing in the back, and that all has to come off. This is the wrong bell housing to go into a truck anyway, so we're gonna have to acquire a new one. And I'm still, despite the fact FSC Trucking talks about what truck we're gonna get to put this in, that plan is kind of sort of on hold right now until I know what's going on with this. And I got a lot of other things in my life right now because, well, to be honest, we're probably going to be moving, like moving, not just moving the shop to another town that's close by, but also living close by. It's time to upgrade the crib, guys. Matt's getting out of high school soon, so he's out. Time for me and Jen to find a nice place to live. Now, if you guys seen the other videos, you know, but I'll tell you for guys who just find on my channel, I do have a download of the original Detroit book repair manual for these engines. What I've done is kind of constructed this. This just holds the front. There are no, see these bolt holes here? There are no bolt holes towards the back of the block. What Detroit does, it shows in the manual, is just like an engine stand, like kind of like what I build, you know, car engines on, V8s and so forth, that bolt to the side of the block. It doesn't rotate the engine on its crank axis like this way. It would rotate the engine this direction. We don't have that, and I'm not spending 5 to 10 grand to buy one. I think I could get most of the work done with the block sitting on a stand like this. So what I did is I took C-channel and some angle iron. I made feet, this part on the back so it don't try to tip back, and over here just some feet so it don't dig into my concrete. And that's the basic idea. So majority of this engine is built right side up, similar to the way you would do an in-frame in a truck. So this way there is room to drop the crank down. But I wanted to show you guys these bolt holes. The crack on the block that I questioned is over here on the other side. Go back to the other videos, you'll see. The way the block sits right now is the cylinders are obviously pulled out, pistons are out, crank is in, cams are in. This engine has one cam on this side, one cam on this side. That's how it's set up right now. Here's the front, that's the back. We're gonna take the front off first. I suppose getting this pulley off and a harmonic balancer off is a good place to start, logically anyway. washer. Oh yeah, you're gonna love that. Any other parts are required? Apparently that pulley has to come off with a puller. Same with the balancer. It ain't like a Caterpillar. That is for sure. Okay. I have just the thing. I'm going to delicately use my grandfather's puller. My grandfather, meaning my father's father, Grandpa John. He put this, or he bought this, God knows when. So this goes way back. That's the side part of the puller, and then the attachments for these. You may have to use these to grab bolts. I'm going to try to straddle the whole pulley assembly. But I don't want to... Oh man, I threaded that in way too deep. I don't want to worry about ruining the shivs of the pulley where it grabs the belt. So if that starts to warp or bend in any way, we're going to stick bolts in here and pull it off that way. We'll see if this comes out easy or hard. We'll soon find out, won't we? Oh, it's coming. There she goes. Easy peasy. Now Caterpillar, this is bolt on and off on my 3406B in Orwell. It comes on and off easy. I'm using the bolt so I don't shove the puller all the way in and ruin the threads. Meaning the bolt that goes in the crank snout. You'll see it when I pop it off the entire way. There we go. There's your bolt. That way the puller didn't go into the crank snout itself. Now those 5/8 bolts that hold the harmonic balancer on, does that hold it on? Or do I have to use a puller to pull it off too? This washer's been beveled in a little bit. It's been used as a pusher or a puller, whatever, to put the balancer or put the pulley on. I guess it's effective. Take it away, see what's next. Well, it didn't fall off. We'll give her a couple whomps, but I think that pulls off. What do them bolts do? I think that thing just laughs at it. Oh, fine thread too. You punk. You punk. These bolts are fine thread. I don't have that. But there are bolts in here that might be some coarse thread stuff. Let's see if 3/8 fits. I happen to have this 3/8 tap I use to clean the holes out in the side of the block. Let's see if this threads in. It does. All we're doing is cleaning the thread. It's like it gets used much. The idea is to put a longer 3/8 bolt, attach it to the puller, and then slide this whole assembly off. I suppose I could read the book. This way's more fun. And why take this whole thing apart if I don't have to? Opposite of that one is here. Excellent. Basic stuff, right? Or you could go the other way. Could use shorter bolts. Whew. Turns out this is exactly how you're supposed to do it. It would appear it doesn't really want to know me. Yeah. standing that puller down. I'm gonna have to come up with a workaround. I haven't figured out how yet. Let me take this engine mount off first. That might give me some room to work. If I put some, thought is if I put a lot of tension on it, I might be able to get it heated a little to pull it out without damaging the crank. Also, I can oil it. But either way, this engine mount will be in the way. Been in there a while. That thing weighs a lot more than you think it does. Oof. Yeah, that's heavy. I saw some kind of rubber. Not sure what that is. Well, either way, not sure what that material is, but sits in that groove. The book called for new style and old style type of harmonic balancer. I think this is the old style. I don't know if we just destroyed it or not, but it did mention separating the crank or the balancer from the crank's collar. So I don't know if I can get this part. There we go. Ah, yeah, see? That's the collar. This is the dampener itself. Either way. So to get the front cover off, this part, this collar has to slide off. And that don't look fun. Easy or remotely possible. I try to clean up and regroup here. Now that I have the harmonic balancer off the little crank snout adapter deal here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to put some more pressure on her. Wrong way. It's bottoming out the bolt. I don't like that. You know what? In truth, I did not expect this to be the hardest part of the whole job. I'm not actually trying to hit it off. I'm just trying to shake it off, impact style. The trick sometimes works. Ooh. Probably should have put grade 8 bolts in here. These are 5s. Can't even hook the keyway no more. You know what? Take this one keyway out. You may have solved the problem here, boys and girls. Might need to remove the keyway first. I thought this inner keyway, that inner keyway held this on. No, it does not. There's your answer. Well, I feel stupid and the book doesn't say it, or does it? Either way, I've solved the mystery. Excellent. Look at that. Wow. All right. All righty. Now, finally, let's get this top cover, or rather bottom cover off. Top bolts are 9/16. These bottom 4, or rather 6, are 3/4. Ready. Give them a little yeah, give them a little. Yeah. Sheesh. Notice everything has to fight me. Give him a couple love taps here. Nada. Yeah, it's just a dowel. That's the problem. It's got to pull off these 2 dowels that align it perfectly, and it don't want to go anywhere. Got to talk it into it. They're moving now. I think there's a dowel up top too. There we go. Now bear in mind, on the 6 and 8 V71s, the oil pump is in here. We've covered that when we got the oil pan out. Oil pump on this engine is under in the sump. So this is basically just a seal and a housing, no pump. There's your front cover. I guess that can come off. Actually come off nice and easy. I guess that locks down. And then you got, I'm gonna call it a splash seal. I've seen these from on like Fords. Keeps the oil from spraying the wrong way. Will this come out? I don't think it has to. Crank the drop with this in. And they made a provision to pull it if you have to. Up here is a spot for a puller to pull it off. If you look here, the difference between this and this, that looks like so you can get a puller in there, and obviously opposite on the other side. You would think that would come off apart easy. There you go. So, oh, look at that. These don't reach. Look at that. They don't reach, boys and girls. Have to come up with another method. Or just don't bother. Obviously I gotta take it off with the press, but man, that is gonna be so heavy to push in that press. Or not, you know, to get it in the press. I have no idea what this crankshaft weighs, but I guarantee you she ain't light. And there really isn't a need for it. Not really. Grandpa's tool don't reach. Now it's too long. Oh, you can still get the crank out with the gear hanging on it, so that's fine.